nightmare begins again.
And what's up, everyone? How you doing today? We got a great subject that we're going to be talking about. But first, head on over, hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and don't forget to go visit motorcyclemadhouse.com for our radio show. And you know what? It was funny, after I posted that video yesterday, our response to dude over there on the other channel, as well as that freaking undercover cop giving advice. I seen one question from a longtime subscriber of Insane Throttle, Ray. Ray's my man. I really love his responses to a lot of the videos that we have. So I wanted to address that question before we got into the meat of today's video, which the article was titled S.A. Bikers, Are They the Real Sons of Anarchy? And it's quite a bit of, you'll see what the mainstream media puts out. It was just released today, that article, so we'll go over it. But Ray's question was, at first, everybody was getting along. What happened? Well, here's what happened, Ray. You had that dude, Backroad, over there. He started talking a lot of crap. And he was a hypocrite. He could not keep his story straight. As you know, we invited him while he was here in Chicago to a debate to debate his positions. We had it set up where it was going to be me. There's going to be a member of a motorcycle club there and him. Well, he decided he was too busy, and then he went off on this tangent that, well, they didn't want to debate me. Dude, for once in your life, be real, okay? I get it, you know, YouTube and all that stuff's here to make money, all that jive, okay? So that's really what happened, because a lot of the creators, we really get along great. We talk with each other on the phone. You know, people ask me who I like watching. Well, you know, BD, Demon's Row. I really like Demon's Row. I like Saddle Tramp. He's got a great one. And then I watch Adam. Then a few of actually who subscribe to us that are just getting going, I watch their stuff. But creators all get along, Ray. It is just this fucking idiot that we don't get along with. Let's just put it that way. That's because he talks trash. He thinks he's some kind of philosopher. It's just ridiculous with him. So the advice him and this other guy gives out is our belief that we'll get somebody hurt. Because even if you've seen Black Dragon's video about this guy, he was out there saying, I want to see clubs pop out all over the place, three-piece patches, it's time to take over again. And, you know, just, what was it, a year before, he was told to take off his jacket by the red and gold, and he sat there crying and whining about it and didn't do nothing about it. So if he was so hardcore with his position, he would have not took off his vest, but he would have got out there and said, no, I'm not doing it. But that's hypocritical, man. But when you try to give advice about people on the street, yeah, right, dude. Ain't happening, because you're gonna get somebody hurt. Now, his whole thing was, oh, he don't believe in the Constitution, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you watch the video, what I actually said was that Constitution don't protect you on the streets. And I guess undercover cop over there got upset, which, yeah, whatever. I don't really care about that one. But the point being is, if you're going to get into something, what are you going to do? Pull out your Constitution? Really? No. You know, by the time you're dialing 911, they're cleaning up the blood trail. So, you know, this is what happens when people do not understand the streets whatsoever. They'll push this ideology. It's funny. It really is. It gets to me with these people. Ideology that they want to push is just ridiculous. And, you know, I've always said, you can always tell when somebody is from the street and when they're not. Just by the way they're talking. You can tell the whole story of a person. Now, Usually I keep down to myself, blah, blah, blah. We do our things. I really don't like giving them type of people any type of recognition or advertising for them, because all they are is trolls. They're looking to get people over to their channels. And like I always said, YouTube has always been our corner where we get to actually interact. And I know that you guys can look through our comment sections. We try to answer everyone that we can. Where over at Facebook, we're approaching 50,000 followers over there. It is really hard to keep up with that kind of stuff over on Facebook. And God forbid, I try to answer as much as I can over at HarleyLiberty.com. But the views that that site gets, I just can't keep up with it. So that's why we're here over on YouTube. We try to keep it where we're not really advertising so hardcore. Yeah, we'll advertise some of the videos because you got to do outside stuff with YouTube, because a lot of times they will, especially if they report the channel, like ours gets reported all the time, so they'll keep your video low. And, they hardly recommend anything. So that's why we did the members only site. The members only site, yeah, we charge $2 a month, but it's $2, but you get videos, you get podcasts, you get editorials that you would normally get out in the public. So that's a benefit for them over there. So, but, again, Ray, with your question, how do you even listen to somebody, is a lot of us creators thinking, to who's never done it, failed 2 clubs. He claims, well, they weren't for him. Well, that's an excuse that we always hear. You can tell right away. Then the guy's only been riding 4 years. Now, if he says, well, I've been a biker all my life. No, you haven't, dude. I've seen your past stuff. I've seen the past. Dude, you're more of a rub than anything. The ones you always are trying to pick on, the rubs, just go back a couple years with your pictures, dude. You look like the biggest rub I ever seen. And for you to claim, because everybody asks, well, why you bash on them? Well, when you're from Chicago and you have somebody claiming that they're from there, it really gets under your skin. Because no, they haven't lived there. I don't care if you were taking pictures where you claim to be taking pictures, okay? I actually heard a story about you trying to take a picture and you got your ass handed to you because they didn't want your picture taken. So I don't care if you work down there or not. That's not from being from Chicago, okay? You didn't grow up there, you didn't live there, and you sure to hell didn't go to high school there. So you're from 40 miles away from Chicago in the burbs, and the South burbs at that. So stop claiming something you're not. And then when somebody finds out that you were other than honorable, and you have the nerve to take a congratulations from that undercover cop, yeah, that just took the cake right there. But anyway, that hopefully answers your question, Ray. And let's get into the real meat of the subject, and that is going to be our last statement on all that jive going on. So let's get into this one. It is a real funny article. Okay, here we have it. Channel 24 News by James Francis. And he asks, are SA bikers the real sons of anarchy? There you see Jax. And you know what? The funny thing about Jax was, and it always came up in my mind, what he did during that series, that isn't a biker. That ain't even an outlaw biker, dude. He was a serial killer. But, they put it under the guise of being, outlaw biker. Now, this is out of Cape Town, and it just shows you what the rest of the world's thinking, but I really enjoyed the article. And it goes on to say, outlaw bikers are figures of legend. They are the cowboys of modern age. Free spirits who do what they please and live by the virtues of freedom, camaraderie, and survival. They are the hard-heeled roughnecks who could flip it to the man and ride off in the sunset. Well, you know what? I gotta agree with that one right there, man. That was a good opening. I like that. Our culture loves outlaw bikers, which they do, because you wouldn't be seeing a lot of this stuff popping up like you do in today's society as far as bikers. You know, everybody who, just got on a bike, they think they're outlaw bikers or they're outlaws. You know, who am I referencing there? But anyway, they just flock to the culture. They think just because that they ride a Harley Davidson or they ride a motorcycle that they can go out there and act like something they're not. But growling Harley's leather jackets and club patches are as instantly biker as Bandit a Boner Motorhead thrashing around through the Ace of Spades, from Easy Rider to Hunter S. Thompson to The Simpsons. Outlaw bikers have been cemented in popular culture. It's true. It's true. Most recently, we got a bit closer to this image of outlaw bikers with Sons of Anarchy, the award-winning series about the Sons of Anarchy MC. I don't know if it was award-winning. I know because old dude, he crapped on a lot of people, man. Sutter, I don't think it received many awards. Fictional outlaw biker MC. It was followed by the spin-offs of Mayan MC, which I don't even know. There's no word on a third final season of that. Also about an outlaw biker club. Both are highly rated shows that give interesting glimpse into the secretive world of outlaw bikers. My question is, to anybody that's in Cape Town, are you guys just getting this over there? Because Sons of Anarchy's been off the air forever. And yeah, the Mayans are now showing, but it's the finale coming up, soon. So are you guys just getting this over there being shown? Let me know. But is the truth stranger than fiction? How realistic are the biker gangs these series portray? Let's take a look. Outlaw biker gangs don't mess with the one percenters. First and clear lines should be drawn between outlaw biker gangs and other types MCs. Many non-outlaw clubs have the icons of the outlaw gangs, such as large club patches on their back and fondness for roaring around in packs. That's because bikers started rocking leather. Patches, beards, bandanas, work boots, and beer before outlaw gangs appeared. They may look similar, but their ethos are very different. Oh, okay. Now we're looking at South Africa. This is what's going to interest me here. In South Africa, it is important to emphasize the difference between an MC and an outlaw MC, said Ron Darby, president of MAWC, Motorcycle Association of the Western Cape. An MC is not interested in participating in organized illegal activities. It's a group of motorcyclists with similar interests and love for being a biking who understand and respect what patch biking is all about. Loyalty, honor, and respect at its core, but outside the club, their families will come first. Love, honor, and respect. We used to hear that all the time. We still do, but a lot of people don't know what it means. Outlaws, he can continue to take LRHR to another level and will do anything to protect their way of life, their brothers, and their identity. That just don't go to outlaws, man. That goes to most bikers. It does. There's another important distinction here. Many in the outlaw clubs are law-abiding professionals with pensions, bonds, and families, but loyalty to the club and responding to it demands comes before anything else. And I think that is a great way of putting it right there. Just because you got guys that go out there and do illegal things doesn't make that the whole club doing it. I've always said that type of stuff. But that's a good paragraph right there. This is in line with much of the outlaw biker mythos. The club are also called one percenters. The story behind the term shows how ingrained the rebel culture of the outlaws MCs have been since the early 40s. And they're not just talking about the one club outlaws. They're talking about them all. And then they go into the California stuff that you guys all know about. They took their cue from the AMA, all that good stuff. OMGs, the real bad outlaws. Sons of Anarchy deals with a specific part of the biker world. MCs that qualify as criminal outfits or OMGs This is an official designation used by the FBI, identifying them as dangerous gangs with serious criminal intent. Now, I have a question about the FBI. You know, that report, and not to get political, man, but I think this has to do with the country as a whole, is our, you know, Clapper, Brennan, the CIA ones, and national security. Then you got Comey, then McCabe, and Strzok. Are they going to be charged under RICO? Because I know if Club did that, I think they'd be charged under RICO. Let me know what you guys think. A handful of OMGs have also been added to the list of international crime organizations, placing them alongside the likes of Mexican drug cartels and the mafia. No, you know what? They might place them on that list, but clubs are nowhere near what them organizations are about. OMGs managed to avoid this designation for quite a while, only being listed as gangs in the 90s. Motorcycle gangs being listed alongside criminal gangs led to widespread surprise. Biker gangs surely were perhaps a bit rough around the edges, but they also do toy runs and chased away drug dealers, right? Well, you know, before I go into that, I want to keep on going with this. But, you know, when you have a club move into your neighborhood, 9 times out of 10, your neighborhood becomes a lot safer. A lot safer. There's some really bad neighborhoods in Chicago, and this just goes to show you how right I am about that. The clubs put them in the worst areas there are, and next thing you know, those areas start getting cleaned up because the clubs just won't allow that crap to happen. Regular outlaws, legends with PR machines, but these are extreme example of outlaw bikers. Most outlaw gangs shouldn't be messed with, but they aren't about to go to war with a Colombian drug cartel. Much of the outlaw bikers legend is something that they have carefully honed. You do have a freaking point there. You know what? The Colombian drug cartels, the Mexican cartels, they're fighting against the freaking Mexican government, man. We're talking they're fighting against armies up there. So, no, don't even put clubs in that freaking type of deal. Reputations don't come from thin air, but a lot of it does get exaggerated by the media and clubs themselves, too. You know what? Just, you know, looking at this article, they're given a down-the-middle type of approach. And this is something I cannot believe that's actually happening. I love Edward James Olmos. I love his work. But anyway, you rarely see this kind of stuff being talked about in both sides of the story. They're given the club side, they're given the cop side, and somewhere down the middle, they're trying to make a point. You know, they're trying to debate against what the cops are saying compared to what the clubs are actually doing. So I gotta give them kudos right there. Gotta give them kudos. This is the first time since I've been doing this stuff that I've actually seen a news story do both sides of the story when it comes to clubs. That is something very rare, so hats off to you guys in Cape Town. Maybe you guys should come down here to America and give our so-called press a lesson on presenting both sides. Because God forbid that that ever happens, and God only knows that these news organizations, they go to extreme propaganda, man. And you know what it is over here in the United States? It's all about making money. They don't care about the truth. They don't care about getting the people out there to, you know, what's really going on both sides of the story. No, it's all about money. And when it comes to the biker stuff, oh man, it's all about what the clubs are doing wrong. A couple members doing this, doing that. It's never about giving them the opportunity to put their side of the story out. Now, a lot of people wonder why that clubs don't talk to media. Well, they skew it so they can sell more papers. Well, not papers anymore. It's mostly internet-based. But they do it just for that reason. So yeah, I go around and say, hey, man, you want to get your PR people out there. But at the same time, I can understand a little bit about why they don't want to do it. Because they're going to do anything to sell papers. That's just like YouTube creators. They're going to go out there and say the most outlandish crap just so they can get views, so they make that $2 a video that they're making. So that's just my, thoughts on this subject. Let me know what you guys think.